Imagine this. You're competing in your city's annual marathon, and you're ready. You've been carb loading on one too many bagels, and you feel pumped and energized while running. The finish line is fast approaching, and dreams of becoming a renowned marathon runner are racing throughout your head. You can practically see that first place medal waiting for you. However, it starts to feel hard to breathe. You slow down, and the others pass you, your dreams of being a champion fading to dust. The feeling is unexplainable, but it feels as if your airways have been reduced to the diameter of a singular coffee straw, leaving you wheezing and coughing. However, you're not alone in this. 390 million other people also feel the same way every day when they wake up. This is called COPD, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Our lungs are one of the most vital parts of the pulmonary system. Lungs contain roughly 500 million tiny air sacs called alveoli. Their walls are just 1 cell thick, thin enough for oxygen to cross directly into your bloodstream and CO2 to cross back out. It takes less than a second. It's one of the most elegant systems in biology. However, with COPD, it's a little different, and that's for 2 reasons. In chronic bronchitis, the airways become inflamed and full of thick mucus. You breathe in, but you cannot fully breathe out. Stale air accumulates and every breath becomes a full battle. The second way that COPD attacks the system is through emphysema. The walls between air sacs break down. Tiny sacs merge into giant floppy pockets that cannot exchange gas efficiently. But how does COPD develop? Cigarette smoking causes roughly 85% of COPD. Long-term exposure to air pollution, occupational dust, and indoor cooking fires accounts for most of the rest. And about 1% of cases trace back to a genetic mutation, alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, where the body can't produce a protein that normally protects lung tissue from its own immune cells. There are also some other factors that raise the risk of COPD, including aging, gender, and family history. But here's what makes COPD so dangerous. It hides. Symptoms creep in so gradually that most people blame aging or being out of shape. By the time 70% of patients are diagnosed, they've already lost half their lung function. Half. Long before they even knew to look. Now here's where it gets fascinating, and where most people stop explaining COPD. When lung cells get damaged by smoke or pollution, some of them do something strange. They don't die, they enter a sort of limbo called cellular senescence. Scientists call them zombie cells, and for good reason. They can't divide, they won't die. And they just sit there, continuously pumping out inflammatory chemicals, called the SASP, the senescence-associated secretory phenotype, that damage the healthy cells around them. It's like a broken factory that won't shut down, contaminating the whole neighborhood. In COPD lungs, these cells accumulate in large numbers, accelerating the very destruction that we just described. But here's the breakthrough. What if we could selectively kill the zombie cells without harming the healthy ones? That's exactly what a new class of drugs called senolytics aim to do. Compounds like dasatinib and quercetin, one a cancer drug, one literally found in apples, have shown in early clinical trials that they can reduce the burden of senescent cells in COPD lungs. Inflammation drops, tissue damage slows. In mouse models, lung function actually improved. Diagnosing COPD starts with a breathing test called spirometry. You exhale as hard and fast you can into a device that measures airflow. A ratio below 0.7 confirms obstruction. From there, doctors use a 4-stage system called GOLD staging to grade severity and guide treatment. Current treatments manage symptoms but can't reverse damage. Quitting smoking slows progression. Bronchodilator inhalers open the airways. Pulmonary rehabilitation improves stamina and quality of life. And on the frontier, senolytics. Still in clinical trials, but representing a fundamentally different approach, not managing COPD, but potentially reversing some of its cellular damage. COPD is not just an airway disease. It's a disease of cells that refuse to let go, and a disease of a world that hasn't paid enough attention. From zombie cells to senolytics to 390 million people quietly struggling for air, this is one of the most important stories in medicine that nobody is telling. So take a deep breath, a real one, and share the story.